I recognize the burden not only on me, but on this administration, because the expectation of Nigerians on this administration is very, very high. But we are equal to the tax, because having come up with the change ideology, which is popularly referred to as a change mantra, we are committed to ensuring that things are not done the way they are done in the past, yet expecting better results. So for us, it is no more business as usual. We will dedicate not only ourselves, the resources and time, and ensure that it is justly administered for the benefit of Nigerians. The National Stadium in Lagos, of course, I've gone around and discovered not only Lagos, even the stadium in Abuja is an eyesore. But what we will do is that we are going to ensure that we make considerable budgetary concession to maximize and put this facility to use, because they belong to the Nigerian people and they belong to nobody else.
Well, I guess listening to the new minister, Solomon Dalong, you have reasons to be optimistic that things will change, and of course, will lift sports to enviable heights in Nigeria, return the glory days, and ensure that things are done properly. But of course, time will tell. We will fold our hands and wait. Well, updates from the UEFA Champions League. Well, I have some Arsenal fans in the studio, and they're smiling and celebrating. I guess we just have to let you know that the Gunners have scored, and it's 1-0 now over Dinamo Zagreb. That is the update that we're giving to you. So Arsenal are a goal up. If he hands this way, they stand a good chance.
Absolutely.
But they will have to go and pull the chestnut out of the fire.
Yeah,
which it's a very difficult situation.
It's a very difficult situation. They will then.
But they have to end this game with victory.
They have to end this game with victory. And with the fact that Bayern Munich is leading Olympiacos with as many as 3 goals, I think they are in a very good position. It takes them to 6 points, and reduces the deficit as far as goal difference is concerned. And with the number of goals conceded by Olympiacos, they have a very good chance.
I know you don't agree. Is it entirely in Arsenal's hands right now?
No, I don't think so, because Arsenal have to win tonight.
Yes,
and go away to Olympiacos.
It's in their hands.
They have to win by 2 goals. Yes. Arsenal need to win by.
Olympiacos can't do something at the Allianz Arena? That's why being 3 goals.
No, they can't do anything again. They can't. Bayern actually named a very strong squad tonight, so the game is already settled already. They are leading by 3 goals. You don't expect Olympiacos to come back and score 3 goals. What I think is, and I know that it's going to be very, very tough for Arsenal, is going away to Olympiacos. Arsenal usually go away to Greece and they don't do well. I have that. I know that very well. And Arsenal even don't do well traveling away from home. So
things will change. I think
going away and having to score 2 goals, that's a different thing. They need to score 2 goals because they actually lost at home 3-2. So they need to defeat Olympiacos there 2-0.
It's not an Arsenal show, so let's move on. All right, but trust us to stop whatever we're discussing and give you updates as they come. In the UEFA Champions League matches currently going on. Like we told you earlier, 2 matches already concluded now. 6 matches currently going on. There's also a lot of teams will be involved in UEFA Champions League tomorrow as well. We'll talk about that one later. But of course, the biggest news from today is the announcement of the squad list of Dream Team 6. Talking about Nigeria's men under 23 team. I guess what we're going to do right now is just to allow you look at the names on that list. No surprise if you ask me, apart from this one. But then again, it's still not a surprise because he was drafted into the squad. And of course, talking about Victor Osimhen, he makes the final squad. And some will argue that there's a reason why he made this, and some will also say that, of course, it was because it was good enough. Let's quickly, Africa Under-23 Championship, the final squad. Emmanuel Daniel makes the squad. Yusuf Mohammed is there. Emmanuel Iwu is also there. Shegun Odulami also in that team. Sincere Set in that team as well. Azubike Okechukwu, the captain of the team. Junior Ajayi, Ogene Karo Etebo of Warri Wolves, Taiwo Awoni, and Usman Mohammed. These are some of the players that made up that 21 man squad. Indifreke F. Young makes the squad. Chukwuemeka Iroha also there. Stanley Dingba, the Gus Power, Aniefok, Bature Yaro, Azaradin Bello, Amefele Chizoba, of course, and Shehu Olulayo. 21-man list for you. Right there, you have Kufre Ebong in that one, and Victor Osimhen in that as well. Well, gathered from reliable sources that Victor Osimhen is probably, well, I don't claim to know the thoughts of Samson Siasia. It would be wrong to say that I know his thoughts, but you know, gathered from sources that since Granada are currently struggling in the Spanish La Liga now, and they made it clear to the NFF that look, we are not going to release Isaac success. There's nothing that you're going to say, and some say that is why you have Victor Osimhen in that squad. I don't know if you agree.
I actually think so, because he was really not supposed to be part of the team at first, according to Siasa, because he actually dropped him. He gave him a trial, looked at him, and felt okay. I think what he was looking at, what Siasa was looking at, I was actually thinking, this guy still has a lot of time ahead of him. Don't let me rush him. Let me make use of the guys I have with me now. You know, give them the opportunity to prove themselves. Right. He was the top scorer at the last tournament, so he still has a lot of time. I think that was what he was looking at. But now that he's a little bit short of option, he just felt, okay, this is the right time to bring him in.
All right, Kunle, can he be the X factor? This man always gets goals for the team, and you can rely on him, Junior Ajayi, and of course Tawa Awoni. But let's still talk about Victor Osimhen. Can he be the X factor? You remember Pele, 1958 for Brazil. Nobody knew about him. Nobody knew how to deal with him, and he came into that tournament, you know, as the X factor. Michael Owen, 1998. Everybody was busy talking about Teddy Sheringham and Alan Shearer. He came on. Surprise. So, do you think a boy like Victor Osimhen could be the X factor for us in Senegal?
Yeah, it could be the X factor by virtue of what he did at the Under-17 World Cup. You could say yes, this guy really has what it takes
people
to
know
actually
him now.
the
element of surprise is not there.
It's not there. Then I think he's got most of the time, even during the Under-17 World Cup, there are times that he's being marked by 2-3 men, but despite that, he's still able to he'll still be able to create chances and probably score goals for himself. I think one of the reasons why Isaac's success was actually dropped, according to unconfirmed report, is that he is injured. I think after the game between Granada and Athletic Bilbao, which he scored one of the goals, I think there's this unconfirmed news that he's actually injured, and that was the reason why Victor Osimhen had to be drafted in. I don't understand, just like you said, why he didn't in the first instance want to pick Victor Osimhen, because this is a time to play this young man with this abundant talent integrate him into the Under-23 fold. So for me, bring him in
and see him score goals.
Score goals, yes. I think he's got the quality to get the job done.
Is it too early?
Well, I think so, because the step up from Under-17 to Under-20, we always look at it from, because we sit down at home and we watch it. The step up from Under-17, especially in Africa.
No, the terrain is quite different.
Especially in Africa, yes. Under-17 to Under-20 is huge, because Under-17 is where there is serious testing. The bone fusion in their wrist, it can be easily tested at that time. And these guys, you can even see his frame. Victor Osimhen looks very, very slim and very lanky. So now compared to Under-20 players, and that Under-20 players, 23 are usually not 23. Most of them won't be. So it's going to be a real struggle for him. Okay. I really doubt if he's going to actually be the X factor. But it will be a good addition.
It will be useful. Okay.
It will be very useful.
I remember some couple of, was it last year, when we were actually we were telling Siasia when he was talking about the fact that he was having problems with the players getting goals. They were not being prolific in front of goals. And people complain that when you have a player like then, Taiwo Awoniyi was with the Under-20 squad. That was immediately after they played the Under-20 World Cup, which for me wasn't the best of performances. Best of performance he had at the tournament with the rest of the squad. So when he was drafted in the game, we were in a very precarious situation at that time. He was drafted in against Zambia. We played out a 2-1. We played out a draw here, or was it a slim victory? But we went there to Lusaka, and Taiwo Awoniyi scored the brace in that game. So I think that Victor Osimhen being drafted into that team can actually be the X factor. Okay,
all right. We'll have to let that issue rest, and of course we'll move on. And well, if we can use this term, they're senior brothers, if it's allowed. All right, let's talk Okay, another update in the UEFA Champions League. Well, it's going from good to better for the Gunners. They're 2 goals up now, and of course, Ghent have equalized, so it's